Good evening, everybody, and welcome to historic Holman Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire, the scene of tonight's exciting New Hampshire high school baseball game between the Nashua North Titans and their intra-city rivals, one of two, of course, with South also here. Bishop Guertin is on the field, and they will play the role of the home team tonight. Hello, I'm John Collins, bringing you the game with our camera crew in the person of Tim O'Neill for Nashua's ETV, our executive producer, Pete Johnson. And we're just minutes away from the start of this one on a very pleasant April evening, a Friday evening here at historic Holman Stadium, the former home of the Nashua Pride, the former stomping ground of Butch Hobson and so many other professional players. Of course, the history of this field, including some of the alumni of the Brooklyn Dodgers. You see some of the great numbers displayed from the Nashua Pride days on the wall, and from Jackie Robinson, Roy Campanella, Don Newcomb in left field, and Butch Hobson, and the Atlantic League's all-time home run champion and still a Nashua resident, Glenn Murray, number 34, on the outfield walls. And I'll tell you, with these aluminum bats and these strong young men, you may see a ball or two fly over these billboards today at Holman Stadium as part of this exciting action. As we watch Bishop Guertin warm up, their pitcher on the mound is Cody Gilchrist, the right-hander, firing it in to Bill Moore, who throws it around the horn to get things started here. We go with two umpires in New Hampshire high school varsity play, 7 innings, and leading it off for Nashua North, the leadoff batter. Let's go right to our scorecards and switch them around, because I did predict that Nashua North would be the home team, but both these teams are from Nashua. This is P.J. Nesbitt, the left fielder, batting right-handed to face Cody Gilchrist. Our first pitch of the ball game is taken high for ball one. A right over the top fastball from Cody Gilchrist. Bishop Guertin comes into the game with a record of 1 win and 2 losses. And the flip side for Nashua North there, 2-1. 2 wins and 1 loss. Our first swing and the miss of the ball game. Looked like it might have been a strike had PJ elected to let it go by on the upper outer corner of the strike zone. So it's a 1-1 delivery here from Gilchrist. It's fouled off to the right, not a play. Tim and I will have to be on our toes because we got the windows wide open for this evening's broadcast, and we are directly behind home plate. I would call it the best seat in the house. Gilchrist kicks and throws. A curveball winds its way into the inside corner, and PJ gets frozen on that beautiful breaking ball from Cody Gilchrist. So the 1-2 pitch, expertly delivered on the inside corner, freezing the right-hander. We have our first batter of the game retired by the way of the strikeout. Gilchrist working from the windup, of course, with nobody on base. The fastball is drilled deep to left center field, and not going to get this one. Carbonell, the left fielder's back to get it. Heading to second, Anthony Gadis has a solid double. Our first hit of the game is a smash at about 350 feet, delivered to the warning track in left center field, tracked down out there by Matt Carbonell of Bishop Guertin, but that was over his head from the ping of the bat. Guessing fastball and delivering on the first pitch that he saw tonight. The second baseman, Anthony Gadis, standing at second base. So 1 out and 1 on, and in scoring position is Gadis, and our third place hitter in the order is the right fielder, Kevin McGowan, number 27. Another right-handed batter going up against the right-handed Cody Gilchrist. We're in the very first inning of play here on Nashua's ETV broadcast of this high school baseball game between Nashua High North and Bishop Guertin. Of course, Guertin on the field in the white with green sleeves and yellow caps, and North with the dark blue jerseys. Drilled toward left center field, and this one may get down. Oh, it's run down in center field. A terrific catch by Mike Spirito, and advancing almost all the way to third, and that's going to go down as a base running error by Gadis, but who can blame him with that tremendous speed by Spirito? If it were not for that, that ball would have been rattling around off of the billboards in deep left center field, and the speedy center fielder Mike Spirito tracks it down. He was almost a blip on the radar. He was so far away from us when he made that running catch. But he helps out his pitcher, Cody Gilchrist, with that run-saving catch. And you know, with one out, I shouldn't call it a base running error. I mean, there's 2 outs now, so you do want to be on third base with less than 2 outs. So this ball is hit high to left field. Going back is Carbonneau. He's got a beat on it. He camps under it, and he makes the catch. 2 deep flyouts, ending the top half of the first inning. It is a scoreless first half frame here at Holman Stadium, thanks to the fine outfield work of Mike Spirito in center field and Matt Carbonneau in left field. So no harm done, really, because I was going to say Anthony Gadis, maybe he should have tagged up on that deep fly to Spirito and ended up at third base, but who can blame him? I mean, that ball was looked uncatchable off the bat of McGowan. That was Joe Breen, by the way, that flied out to left field. Joe Breen, the first baseman, just got under it. He sent Carbonneau circling back deep and left, but he was able to make the catch. So 4 up and 3 down, 1 left on base for Bishop Guertin, Nashua North in their offensive half of the first inning. Going to fill in the scorecard here. John Collins along with cameraman Tim O'Neill. We are right behind home plate at historic Holman Stadium. You are watching, taking his warm-up throws, Kyle Turner, a hard-throwing right-hander for Nashua High North. And he's delivering it to Adam Lath at catcher. Alec Morency's at third base. Brandon Carcanis at shortstop. Anthony Gadis, he of the double. The 1-out double, he's at second base. Joe Breen's at first. Kevin McGowan, who was robbed in the last inning there by Spirito, he's in right field. Keon Jenkins is in center field. And P.J. Nesbitt in left. Leading it off for Bishop Guertin momentarily, you will see Ryan Fitzpatrick, the right fielder, gets to do leadoff duty for Bishop Guertin. The head coach of BG is Mark Dietering. His assistant is Corey Burgess. Lead coach is Will Henderson for Nashua High North with his dad Mike Henderson and Scott Painter assistants. Also pitching coach Jim Harvell and Kyle Harvell assistant coach for Bishop Guertin. First batter of the game for BG is Ryan Fitzpatrick. We are scoreless through the first half frame. Bouncing that first fastball delivery is Kyle Turner, ball low. 1-0 is the count. Scoreboard is on the fritz here at Holman Stadium tonight, making it more difficult for the fans in the stands to follow along. That pitch misses in a similar spot to the first one, and it's a 2-0 count to Ryan Fitzpatrick. Right-handed batter, slightly open stance and way forward in the box. Fastball twisting away from it. Expertly, that's the way you want to do it. Fitzpatrick takes it inside, and he's got a 3-0 count in his favor right now. Trying to find the strike zone. Kyle Turner's got to find velocity going, and he almost hits, that's a strike call, the far inside corner, folks. 3-1. Jackknifing back out of the way of it was Fitzpatrick, and I really didn't think that was theatrics. I think it was kneecap city for his back leg. This ball is hit right up the middle and through for a base hit. Fitzpatrick delivering it from whence it came. Right up the middle he goes. And the leadoff batter is aboard for Bishop Guertin with a single up the middle. That'll bring to the plate Mike Spirito, the defensive star of this young game thus far. Number 7, the center fielder, batting second, looking down to his coach for the signals. A series of hand gestures put on there by Corey Burgess, coaching third base for BG. Something may be on, maybe nothing is on. It really looked like Fitzpatrick was leaning, though, as Turner threw to first base. Nice move there to Breen. That may have been the A move. It nearly nipped Fitzpatrick, who appeared to be twisting towards second with the delivery. No, he does not go. Fastball, or is it a changeup? It misses low. Excuse me, strike at the knees. Strike one called. Jenkins in center, Nesbitt in left, and McGowan in right, all at medium depth for the right-hand hitting Spirito. Second in the order for BG. There goes the runner. It's fisted toward the shortstop, and it's going to be caught. An easy double play. Anthony Gadis calling off his shortstop, Brandon Carcanis, and making the easy feed to Breen. So BG, a victim of their own aggressive style of play there in the hit and run, or maybe just the run and hit. Unfortunately for the Cardinals, it's a pop-up with the runner going and an easy double play for Nashua. So 2 down, the leadoff hit is erased, and Kyle Turner working now comfortably with nobody on base and 2 outs. Spins what looked like a high slider away to our third place hitter, Nick Phillips. You may know his name from our football broadcast here on Nashua ETV. Also a fine baseball player, batting third in the order for Mark Dietering's Bishop Guertin Cardinals. Takes a breaking ball away. The questioned the base umpire about whether Phillips went around. He says no, he didn't. Bouncing that one in the dirt is Kyle Turner. The umpires on the field keeping extra careful score here. It looks like he's flashing the 3-0 sign. So let's see if Phillips takes this one. He does. He takes it all the way on 3-0. It's right in there from Turner. And strike 1 to Phillips. 3 balls and 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the first inning. There's no score. We have a hit apiece for each of these 2 teams. Turner delivers. Hit hard towards second base. Snagged by Gadis. Throws to first. Beautiful play by the Nashua North second baseman. A rocket off the bat of Phillips, and perfectly playing that difficult bounce that was labeled. I mean, that's one of those plays where it could turn into a double if you don't make the glove save of that ball that was destined for the gap in right center field. And Gadis, who has doubled, makes a beautiful defensive play. So we've seen gems on both sides. The center fielder, Spirito, robbing McGowan, and now Phillips gets robbed in turn by the second baseman for North, Anthony Gadis. Kyle Turner getting some coaching as he comes off the field after that first frame of work. So it's 3 up and 3 down for Bishop Guertin, thanks to that pop-up double play that North turned there. We'll catch up on the scorebook as we go to the second inning. Working Cody Gilchrist again to his catcher Bill Moore behind the plate. Wanted to set the BG defense. Alex Trammell is at third base. Tony Phillips, there's a major league name, at second base. Alex Trammell, almost the same as Alan Trammell of the Tigers for so many years. And then Tony Phillips at short. Matt Blakeman, number 14, is playing second base for BG. Josh Dobbins is at first base. Ryan Fitzpatrick's in right. Mike Spirito in center, and Matt Carbonneau in left field. Leading it off for Nashua here in the top of the second inning is number 44, Alec with a K, Alec Morency. The third baseman takes a ball low and outside. He bats 5th in the order. Nashua sent 4 batters to the plate in the first inning. They stranded a runner on second. A changeup or a slow curve, take your pick there, from Cody Gilchrist. Very effective with a strike on the corner. A 1-1 pitch forthcoming here. It's twilight at Holman Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire. Jumping back from that inside pitch was Morency. He's got the count in his favor at 2-1. Couple of fly ball outs and a strikeout in the first inning. That's high and deep to right. That's going to slice out of here, though. And look out for that vehicle parked down near the old snack shack here at Holman Stadium. It seemed to bounce harmlessly away from vehicles, windows, and buildings. A lot of talk about Jason Hayward destroying valuable vehicles with his home run bombs for the Atlanta Braves in the spring training season. You can see some vehicles in right field here at Holman Stadium that are well within reach of these young men. I guess it's a gamble anytime you park anywhere near a baseball stadium. But I think I got some good distance, Tim. How about you with your vehicle? Yeah, out in the parking lot behind third base here at Holman Stadium. Gilchrist winds and throws. A breaking ball, strike 3 called. Morency did not think so. Our home plate umpire said that caught just enough of the corner. And that is the second strikeout of the game for Cody Gilchrist. Both are caught looking variety. Kyle Turner, the pitcher for Nashua North, gets his first chance to bat in this game. And he fouls it just over our heads. Directly behind home plate, above the press box, strike 1. Interesting stance by Kyle Turner. He's got the left leg, the front leg, wide open and near the front of the box, but he strides towards the pitcher as the pitch comes in. And I say it's unusual too because he is a lanky guy. He's tall and he's got some good rangy limbs, and he's pretty close to the plate for a guy that has good reach. And he jumps out of the way of that. That's a pretty limber move right there, as that was thrown directly at him and he dodged it pretty easily. So now Turner has the count in his favor, facing his counterpart, Cody Gilchrist. Gilchrist winds and delivers. Misses low. I believe it's 3 balls and 1 strike now to Kyle Turner. No score. We are in the top of the second inning at Holman Stadium in this New Hampshire high school baseball game between Bishop Guertin on the field and Nashua North batting. Nashua North coming into the game 2-1, BG 1-2. Curveball finds the inside corner. That is a devastating pitch by Gilchrist, who backs up batters with that fastball, and then he bends that one right on the inside corner. Difficult for right-handers to hang in. The pitch. Grounded to third. Grabbing it on the high hop Trammell across the diamond. Nicely thrown. 2 down. Good job there by Alex Trammell as he read the grounder and came forward before it could bounce a second time. That second bounce could have went anywhere, but he made sure to pick it off the dirt and turn it into an easy play. So 2 down. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second. And that'll bring up Devin Blaze, the designated hitter. Hits it high down the right field line. It looks like it's drifting foul. A Superman dive out there by Fitzpatrick. Came up about 5 feet short, but A for effort. And that's not nice. That's not nice dirt out there. I think that's cement dust. Gravel dust out there. It's not really that friendly on the exposed skin, but Ryan, I think he's checking his hand right now as he gets back to his position. You always like to get those white uniforms dirty as early in the game as possible, and I think Ryan has definitely accomplished that. That one misses low, so Blaze hits the first pitch foul down the right field line, and he takes the second pitch low. It's a 1-1 count now as Cody Gilchrist deals to the North DH. Hammered to center, but it's going to hang up there. So Spirito makes the catch. Well read on a difficult play when it's right at you like that. Spirito with his second fine defensive play of the game. And it's 3 up, 3 down for North in the top of the second inning. I'm going to score that in L8. A line out to the center fielder rather than a fly out. Well struck by Devin Blaze, but nothing to show for it. So coming up in the BG half of the second inning will be Alex Trammell, Matt Carbonneau, and Bill Moore. BG went 1, 2, 3 in the first half of the inning, thanks to a pop-up double play, really. It was a leadoff single by Fitzpatrick up the middle. Spirito popped up to the second baseman while Fitzpatrick was trying to steal second, and it was an easy play for Anthony Gadisi. He just threw it to first and got the double play. And Nick Phillips came up and just hammered one on a hop that that ended up in the magical glove of Anthony Gadisi at second base for the third out of the inning. So back to the mound goes Kyle Turner. His catcher is Adam Lath, and Lath fires it down. Perfect throw as we get set to go with Bottom of the second action here at Holman Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire. The first of several games we hope to bring you, baseball games in the spring season. Also got some volleyball and lacrosse in the offing. John Collins along with cameraman Tim O'Neill. If you just joined us, we are at Holman Stadium. This is the first baseball game we have covered. The lights just really starting to kick in here. It's going from a late afternoon, early evening game to a night game gradually here at Holman Stadium. Strike called in the inside corner to the left-hand hitting Alex Trammell, the third baseman for BG. Roundhouse curve misses up and away, and it's 1-1. He's the only left-handed batter that has batted thus far in this game. Fairly shallow in right field, I would say, is McGowan, but ball's not going to get all the way to McGowan because of the nice diving stop by Gadis. Pitcher covering. It was a chance at a great play. Another one by the second baseman. But, well, that could be scored a hit or an error. What do you think, Tim? Hit. I'll go with you on that. It was well struck, and it was to the right of the first baseman for North, Joe Breen. So it was nearly a terrific defensive play again by Gadis, who's able to corral it before it made to the outfield. But we'll call it a leadoff hit for Trammell. Second leadoff hit of the game for BG here in the second inning. The first inning, they sent the runner and turned into a double play. Let's see what happens here. Matt Carbonneau, the left fielder, number 3, batting from the right side, swings and misses at that pitch in the outer third of the zone. From Kyle Turner. It's a habit of mine after 5 years of doing Pride games here to glance at the left field scoreboard and verify the count and the inning and the score, and I have not broken it yet. It is a blank scoreboard. It's not helping me. Strike call in the outside corner. 2 strikes now on Matt Carbonneau, his first time up in the game. 9-man batting order for both teams, 7-inning games. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Kyle Turner with his first strikeout of the game. That'll bring up the catcher, Bill Moore, number 24 for Bishop Guertin. Slight chill in the air, but it's exactly what you expect at this time of the year here in late April. And I'm sure the players don't mind it at all, especially with the aluminum bats. You don't feeling the vibrations as you might with wood. Strike 1 call, finding that strike zone in this inning, I'll tell you, is Kyle Turner. It's grounded back to the pitcher. Bobbles it, recovers, throws. It's not in time. Beating it out, Bill Moore. And that is another hit that we will go with. We'll credit the speed of Moore. I'm sure that Kyle Turner would like to have that one back. But on a grounder back to the pitcher like that, there's no guarantee that he's going to glove it cleanly, and you can't fault a pitcher for not gloving it cleanly every time, as their focus is on the pitching. And so when he didn't scoop it up immediately, more speed kicked in for a catcher. As they say, he gets down the line very well. Fouled off to the left on the first swing of the game by Matt Blakeman, the second baseman. First and second, a threat here by Bishop Guertin. The first time we've had 2 base runners on at once in this game. 1 out. Turner's pitch is on the outside corner for a strike at the knees. So that's 2 strikes on Matt Blakeman. He'll be followed by Tony Phillips and then Cody Gilchrist, batting in the 9th spot in the order, as the pitchers do, and the pros. Right off the light pole, that's going to bounce into fair territory, and Alec Morency is going to have to go out and deal with that. No score. Bishop Guertin threatening here. Seen 2 terrific defensive plays in this game already. We're in the bottom of the second. Pitch, a waste pitch there. Nice block by Adam Lath behind the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count on Matt Blakeman. Left-handed batter. Shortstop Brandon Cardinals and Anthony Cadiz trying to guard the middle and play a double play depth. There's the ground ball, 2 hops. Cardinals to Cadiz to the first baseman Breen. Nicely turned, 6-4-3 double play will end the inning. Kyle Turner very effective there. Almost all strikes in that inning. And forcing BG to put the ball in play, which they did successfully for 2 infield hits, but unsuccessfully there as Blakeman bounds into the 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. So as we go to the top of the 3rd inning, it's been a defensive battle so far, defensively dominated battle. Adam Lath will lead it off for Nashua North, and then Brandon Cardinals. Then back to the top of the order. 3rd spot in the order this inning will be P.J. Nesbitt, leadoff batter, getting his 2nd chance around. Our head coaches, Will Henderson for Nashua North and Mark Dietering for Bishop Guertin. Mark's assistant is Corey Burgess, and Will Henderson's assistant is his dad, Mike Henderson, also Scott Painter, and Jim Harville, the pitching coach, also assisted by Kyle Harville. We're at Holman Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire. The field still looks to be in fine shape. Watching Cody Gilchrist take his warm-up pitches between innings. Shirt tail sighting. Our leadoff batter in the inning, Adam Lath, the catcher. Oh, somebody told him about it. Catchers are focused on the task at hand, which is blocking baseballs and hitting. They're not about looking pretty, but uniform requirements sometimes kick in, as happens there, and they say, put your shirt tail back. And it came out again on Adam. He looks at strike 1, his first time up tonight. Right-hand batter facing the right-hand throwing Cody Gilchrist for Bishop Guertin. Fires it. Just missing that inside corner. Ball 1. 1-1 is the count. Our home plate umpire this evening likes to take a little bit of time between when the ball impacts the mitt and when he makes his call, and so I will take a little bit more time than that. Good block there by Bill Moore behind the plate. Gets a thank you pat from the umpire. 1 less ball off the shins. Thank you very much. Cody Gilchrist. Calm delivery, over the top delivery, and then he pops up the batter out of play into the stands, heads up. Right behind the gentleman in the 7th row. No souvenirs in high school baseball. Store that back in. I was in Walmart the other day and saw a Major League Baseball for, quote, sale for $15, Tim. When I was a kid, they were 8, 7, 8. I guess everything's double now. That's a clear hit by pitch right there. It looked like a breaking ball that just got away from Gilchrist. Slipped out of his fingers. And Adam Lath takes a jog down to first base. So it's a man on to lead off the top of the 3rd inning for Nashua North. No score in this one. A couple innings have gone by with leadoff strikeouts for the Titans, so now they have their first batter by way of the hit by pitch. First leadoff runner. And the batter is Brandon Cardinals, the shortstop, who's just started that inning-ending double play. From the stretch, Gilchrist steps back and takes a look at Adam Lath, the catcher for North. Not a huge lead over there at first base, but you never know if the Titans might put a play on. Comes set and delivers. There goes the runner. Fisted down the 3rd baseline. It's stopped there by Trammell. Long throw across the diamond in time. Nice play by the 3rd baseman for BG. on a tricky bouncer that was hugging the third baseline. Kind of at that border between the grass and the line, in that dirt, in that grass area. There was very little room on the dirt. But I think that was a good decision by Trammell to grab that, not let it try to go foul on its own. Looked like it was going to stay fair. So they get Lath down to second base. He was going. It might have been a hit and run. And Lath gets to second base. Not a sacrifice by Carcanis, but if that was a hit and run, he did a good job of getting bat on ball. That curveball stays inside to the leadoff batter, P.J. Nesbitt, who got caught looking on a similar pitch that made its way across the inside corner. That curveball that comes right at the right-hand batter, then bends in over the plate on the inside. That's this high heat right there that misses up from Cody Gilchrist, number 5 for BG. Started this game, he's been effective. But he's facing his biggest threat here with a runner in scoring position and 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning of a scoreless game. He checks the runner at second late. He delivers high to the plate, and it is a 4-pitch walk for P.J. Nesbitt, who's got a lot of speed on the back end here. Should Anthony Gaddis get into another one like he did his first time up. Gaddis doubled deep to left center field on the first pitch that he saw tonight, a fastball on the inner third from Gilchrist, and he jumped all over it, did Anthony. First and second, 1 out. The pitch. Checks his swing. We're going to go to the base umpire. He says no swing. So it's 1 ball and no strikes. In at the corners, back in the middle are the BG Cardinals, looking for another inning-ending double play, similar to what North pulled off. Ripped to left field, base hit. And they're going to wave the runner. The throw to the plate is offline. First run of the game for North. Throw to second base and safe at second, just under the tag. Anthony Gaddis taking the extra base on the throw toward the plate. Nearly got gunned down at second base, but he put it into that extra gear. Gaddis is 2 for 2 with a run batted in, and a terrific defensive play tonight. He's at second base with 1 out, 1 run in, a 1-0 lead for Nashua High School North here at Holman Stadium. BG playing the role of the home team in this all Nashua contest, so they'll have their last at bat if they need it. Corey Burgess, the assistant coach for BG, is going to call timeout. He's going to go talk to his pitcher in this situation. Sure, the 1 run is in, and it was a terrific job of coming through by Anthony Gaddis, but the real damage could be done here by the 3rd place hitter, Kevin McGowan. 1 single here could drive in 2 more runs and put the Titans way up in this ball game. Recognizing the importance of the situation, BG's coaching staff with a powwow on the mound now of Cardinals to talk this over. Do they want to pitch carefully to McGowan? Absolutely. Do they want to put him on first base? That might be a different decision there. They might want to go after him. Let's see. Last time up, McGowan drove the ball to deep left center field and was absolutely robbed by Mike Spirito on a running catch on the ball that looked destined for a double or a triple. He was followed by Joe Breen, who flied out to left. Breen's on deck. Fouled back to our right and off of the press box to our right. Strike 1. That answers the question of just they did put him in on. This is Breen. Excuse me. They automatically walked McGowan. I didn't know what I was looking at there for a second. In high school ball, you don't have to throw the intentional walk. You don't have to throw the 4 balls outside. You can just say, put that man on first base. We want to give him an intentional walk. That's what they did. Kevin McGowan is at first base with an automatic intentional walk. This is Joe Breen. Nice block behind the plate by Bill Moore. did a double take when I saw McGowan stand on first base, and thinking that he was at bat. During the powwow, he just went directly to the bag. So we have 1 out, bases loaded, 1-0. Titans looking for more. Gilchrist with the 1-1 pitch. High fly, foul, right side. Long run for Fitzpatrick. He's going to watch this one bounce out of play. 2 strikes now in the batter. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Breen. He flied out high to left field his last time up. If he gets into one in a similar fashion, we will see the runner at third tag up. There's no question about that. That'll be P.J. Nesbitt, who got aboard by a walk. Hit hard. It is off the third baseman's glove. No play. He did save a run. Natted himself, but I don't know, Alex. That was a very difficult shot off the bat of Breen. Perhaps makeable, but a rocket shot on 1 hop, and I am going to call that a base hit. Saves a run, but off the glove of Trammell, and it's a 2-0 Titans lead as the runner P.J. Nesbitt comes home from third. Cadiz moves up, as does McGowan to second base. So 2 runs in for Nashua. And the batter is number 44, Alec Morency. Struck out looking his first time up. Bases loaded still for the Titans, looking to do further damage here in the 3rd inning. Gilchrist elects to stay in the stretch with the bases loaded. The pitch. High and away, ball 1. 7 innings in high school ball, so time is always of the essence when you have a tough pitcher on the mound and you're in the middle innings. It's really the late innings already compared to a 9-inning game. Bounced in the dirt. 2-0 is the count to Morency. Very even, traditional stance in the right-handed batter's box. The pitch. This is high and away, and it's a 3-ball, no strike count. And looking down to his coach, Will Henderson, I believe what I saw was the green light. So let's see what happens on 3-0 here. Ball 4. Good take there by Alec Morency. That's an RBI. 3rd run of the game as Cadiz crosses the plate. 3-0 with the pitcher Kyle Turner coming to the plate for Nashua North. Bases still loaded with Titans. 3 runs in, 3 men on. Strike 1 to Turner, who grounded out to the 3rd baseman Trammell, his first and only time up. We're in the top of the 3rd inning, 3-0. The Titans lead it. Gilchrist's pitch misses away. You see the 2nd baseman Matt Blakeman running in to back up every throw back from the catcher. Gilchrist delivers. High fly to right. It's actually just behind second base. There will be no tag. Fitzpatrick gets it back into the infield quickly after gloving that one in shallow right field. So that is the 2nd out of the inning. He had a ground out to third by Karkanis, and the fly out here by Turner. And that will bring up Devin Blaze, the 9th batter in the order to hit in this inning. Blaze lined out hard to center field his first time up. 2 outs, bases loaded. Gilchrist trying to avoid further damage here in the 3rd inning. 3 runs in. Hard hit ball to the shortstop. gloves it, flips to second base. Nicely done by Tony Phillips. Flips to Blakeman for the final out of the inning. So once again, Blaze hits it hard, but again, right at a BG defender. And we have a 3-0 Nashua North lead after the top half of the third inning. So every batter in the order hits for Nashua North in that half inning. They scored 3 runs, and BG's got a bit of a hole to dig out of here. Making some notations on the scorecard. Three runs in. You had late score. He led off the inning with a hit by pitch. Carquenas grounded out to third base, but moved Lath up to second. PJ Nesbitt walked. Gadis singled in Lath from second base, advancing to second on the throw home with Nesbitt taking third. Then McGowan got the intentional walk to load up the bases. Breen singled off the glove of the third baseman Trammell, scoring PJ Nesbitt. And he also had Alec Morency walk with the bases loaded for an RBI. So 3 runs in for Nashua in that inning, and a 3-run lead as they take the field against Bishop Guertin. Kyle Turner going back out to the mound, and he kicks and delivers. That's a ball low. Our leadoff batter for Bishop Guertin, Tony Phillips, the shortstop, getting his first at-bat of the game, hitting 8th in the order. The 1-0. Misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. We're at Holman Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire. You're watching Nashua's ETV broadcast of the Friday night, April 23rd game at Holman Stadium between Nashua High North and Bishop Guertin. I'm John Collins. Our cameraman is Tim O'Neill. Our executive producer, Pete Johnson. And our runner at first base is Tony Phillips with a 4-pitch walk. And just what the doctor ordered for Bishop Guertin, trailing by 3. Needing to get some offense going. Their leadoff batter is aboard with a base on balls. That'll bring up Cody Gilchrist, the pitcher, getting his first chance to bat against his counterpart Kyle Turner tonight, with a man on first. Quick throw over to first. Fastball over to first. Josh Dobbins applies the tag. Excuse me, Joe Breen applies the tag for Nashua North on Turner's hard pickoff throw. The pitch to Gilchrist. Thought about it, but didn't pull the trigger, and a good take. Ball 1 high. One of the few times Kyle has had to work from the stretch over there at first base, and he likes to fire it over there. Diving back in safely is Phillips. What we've seen, he's got some good speed. Let's see if he goes with it. High and deep to right. Long run for McGowan. He is not going to get there. This ball bounces all the way to the track. It's picked up by Keon Jenkins, the center fielder. Good strong throw back to the infield. Should throw to third base. He got the runner picked. A pickle here. Throw to the plate. Lath back to the third baseman. They're running him down now, and he is safe at home as the ball is dropped by Turner. A break for the Bishop Guertin Cardinals as Tony Phillips took a wide turn around third base. And I'll tell you what, Keon Jenkins out in center field has such a cannon that he got that ball back to the infielder. I believe it was Carquenas taking the cut at shortstop, and BG's base runner was nearly trapped in a rundown for an out between third and home. But the ball popped out of Turner's glove as he applied the tag. And safe at home, to his surprise, was Tony Phillips for the first run of the game for the Cardinals. So it's a little bit of a challenge. I know it's a double, for Cody Gilchrist, but then it goes 8-6 to 5-2 to 5-1. You got that? I'm just doing that from memory now. Let me write this down. 8-6 to 5-2 to 5-1, safe at home. But you know what? I only need to do that if they actually made an out. I think you don't need to score it. You can just call it E1, and a run scores for BG. 3-1 is your score. Nobody out. Importantly here in the bottom of the third inning. So BG does trail by a couple of runs, but they have an excellent chance to get Gilchrist home from third base after that monstrous double to right center field. Turns out the outfield for North was just too shallow for Gilchrist, who really didn't get it squarely. He just got it on the sweet spot, got underneath a little bit, and just kept carrying out there towards the Butch Hobson jersey on the wall in right field. Grounded inside the first base bag for an RBI single for the leadoff batter for BG. That is Ryan Fitzpatrick, who goes the other way. He jetered it inside the first base bag. Breen dove for it, but that speedy grounder not able to corral it, goes into the outfield. Holding him to the single was McGowan, but aboard at first is the leadoff batter. A lot of speed there on the base now for Fitzpatrick as he drives home Gilchrist. It is a 3-2 game. Nobody out. Strike on the inside corner, jackknifing away from that was Spirito, but it gets called for the strike. Spirito checking the signals. We're back to a situation where it's nobody out and a leadoff batter on first base. So even though they got 2 runs in, it's like a fresh inning for BG here in the third inning. Turner's pitch. The runner goes, taken for a ball outside, diving headfirst safely into the bag. Beautiful headfirst hustle dive by Ryan Fitzpatrick. And no way they were going to get the tag down in time to get the hand there. He's aboard at second base. So BG improving their prospects of tying this one by the second. The first 2 batters of the inning score. Their leadoff batter in the order, Ryan Fitzpatrick, singles home a run and then steals second. And now with the count 1-1 to Spirito, the center fielder and second batter in the order, chance to drive in a run. Fastball taken about belt high on the outer third for strike 2. 1-2. Spirito might have been looking for that Kyle Turner curveball in the inner half there. He just guessed different from what it was, and he got frozen. So it's 1-2. He's got to protect now. He takes it low, though. 2-2. Good block by Adam Leith with the speedy Fitzpatrick at second base. We are in the bottom of the third inning. 3-2. North trying to protect that 1-1 run lead, but nobody out here. Grounded back up the middle and through. Keon Jenkins is going to glove it, but he is not going to get Fitzpatrick, who sets a land speed record between second and home. Scores easily the tying run. It is 3-all here at Holman Stadium. We have a ball game. It's all threes in the third. 3 runs for Nashua North, 3 runs for BG, and we are even. Nobody out. Excellent job of hitting with 2 strikes there by Mike Spirito. He went right up the middle, protecting the strike zone. Timeout is called by Will Henderson. The head coach of the Titans wants to talk to his pitcher. And joining the conversation will be the catcher, Adam Leith. Of course, Corey Burgess, BG's assistant coach, is going to take the time to talk to his batter, Nick Phillips, the third hitter in the order for BG. And we do have a pitching change. So coming out of the game is Kyle Turner, and number 44 is going to do the pitching. That'll be, I believe, Alec Morency. Number 44 is Alec Morency, a senior right-hander, is going to come in relief in this one. And we have number 22, I believe, taking his place at third base. That would be Can you see the number on the back of the third baseman over there? Tim, does that say 23? Yeah, I do have it. Cam Duval Jr., third baseman, into the game to take Morency's spot on the diamond as Morency goes to the hill. And coming out of the game, Kyle Turner, as Will Henderson makes the pitching change here in the top of the bottom of the fourth inning. Third inning, bottom of the third inning. Got ahead of myself there. BG answering back the 3 runs that North scored in the top of the inning, evening things up here. Actually, they have the advantage now with a runner at first and nobody out, and their 3-hitter, Nick Phillips, the DH, coming to the plate. Phillips doing the batting in this spot in the order, and Josh Dobbins is playing in the field for Bishop Guertin, but not hitting. You have 9 batters in the order only, so if you allow your pitcher to bat, you do have to DH for somebody else on the field, and that's what BG has elected to do in this game. Hit hard to center. And higher than deep, though, and setting up under it is Keon Jenkins, and he's going to be right there. It's delivered back to the infield. He plays a very solid center field out there. He's got a very strong throwing arm. So no advance for BG. There's 1 out. And Phillips took a mighty cut and just missed it, as they say. Got under it a bit. And we have our sole left-handed batter in tonight's game. Alex Trammell, the third baseman, firing over to first, diving back safely. Spirito, who singled in. Fitzpatrick moments ago. Strike called in the upper inner corner there to Trammell, who singled his first time up. Hard ground ball past the dive of the first baseman, Breen. 1 out, 1 on. We are in the bottom of the third inning of a 3-3 game. There goes the runner. Taken high and away. A strike, actually, for safe at second. Cadiz gestures in protest toward the umpire, but to no avail. A diving headfirst slide, and safely so was Spirito. He's at second now in scoring position. Fine throw there by Adam Lath, but somehow the tag not in time. 1 out, man in scoring position. Curveball bends just inside, nearly hit Trammell. Believe it's 1-2 is the count. Trammell, a slightly open stance to start. Upright position in the box. Strike 3. Mighty cut. Came up empty. 2 down in the BG third. And a chance, an RBI opportunity now for Matt Carbonneau, the left fielder, struck out his first time up. Alec Morency, the right-hander, came in the game in relief in this inning. Fires a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 is the count to Carbonneau, trying to knock in Spirito from second base with the go-ahead run. Standing close to the plate, Carbonneau at that open stance. He takes a ball just up, which brings some unnecessary insults for the umpire. You got a crouch going, you got, not the tallest batter. The umpire's got a good look at the strike zone. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So down to his last strike. 2 outs, man on second. Can Carbonneau drive in the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the third inning? Morency comes set, checks the runner and fires. Strike 3. Inning over. Morency effective in relief. Holds the damage to where it was, which was 3 runs in the inning for Bishop Guertin, answering back, coming right out of that 3-0 deficit and evening the ball game. As we go to the 4th inning, the score is BG 3, Nashua North 3. John Collins along with Tim O'Neill here at Holman Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire. Our executive producer is Pete Johnson. It's a pleasant late April evening. We intend to cover the BG South game later in the season, as well as the intra-city battle between the Titans and the Panthers, Nashua High North and Nashua High South. And pleased to do so. This is a great venue to broadcast a game from. Of course, longtime home of the Nashua Pride, who are no longer tenants of this facility, much to the chagrin of people who loved coming here on a regular basis to watch professional baseball. And throughout the Pride's tenure at Holman, they had worked cooperatively with the local high schools and Legion Ball to share the facility. And so that really isn't new, that we'd see a high school game here at Holman Stadium. But they will be missed. The Nashua Pride will be missed. You know, we've got the Fisher Cats to our north and the Spinners to our south in Lowell and in Manchester. And that's largely a lot of the reason why there's no longer a professional team here. That coupled with the economy, of course. But times change and life goes on, and we will take excitement where we can get it, which is right now here in the form of this very exciting high school baseball game between these two intra-city rivals, BG against North. We are deadlocked at 3 even going into the top of the 4th inning. Fisted up in the air behind the 3rd base line. Long run and a terrific try by Trammell. Just short of it. It'll go as a adventurous strike 1 to the leadoff batter for Nashua North, and he led off last inning. This is Adam Lath, the catcher for Nashua North. I was having some fun about that shirt tail. It makes its reappearance, and it's kind of a luck thing now, isn't it? You want to keep it out there. Not that you want to get hit by a pitch again, but you definitely, if you're Adam, you want to get back on first base. Takes a fastball that missed outside, I am guessing, and it's 1-1. Cody Gilchrist doing the pitching. Popped up to the right side. Now another tantalizing, teasing try for a corner infielder, and hopefully not hurt on the terrific try is Josh Dobbins, who hit that gravel dust rather abruptly. Retrieves the baseball, gets it back to Gilchrist. Gilchrist checking with his first baseman, make sure he's okay. Josh is right back in his accustomed position. And here comes the 1-2 to Lath. Curveball, he hangs in there but fists it towards third. Trammell cuts it off and fires it across the diamond in plenty of time to get the North catcher. 1 up and 1 down here in the top of the 4th inning. A 3-3 game at Holman Stadium. So Lath had been hit by a pitch and scored his first time up. We'll score that one 5-3 on the ground out. And Brandon Carcanis, who grounded out to Trammell at 3rd base, his first and only time up, gets a chance to hit with nobody out, nobody on and 1 out. Takes a fastball just inside for ball 1. Gilchrist checks the sign from Moore, rocks and throws. Misses up and in. 2 balls and no strike. A hitter's count here for Brandon Carcanis. It's 9th in the order. Plays shortstop for North. On deck is P.J. Nesbitt. The 2-0 from Gilchrist. Off the plate inside. 3 balls and no strikes. This is almost a guaranteed take In almost every baseball game that's ever been played in history, your ninth batter with a 3-0 count and nobody on in a tie game. He wants to get aboard via the walk, and it's up to Gilchrist to throw it down the middle, which he does. 3-1. And now it's a green light for Cardinals, and he can expect to see another ball possibly groove down the middle. Gilchrist rocks and throws. Hits it up the middle. Nicely done by Brandon Cardinals. He is aboard with 1 out in the 4th inning here for the lead batter in the order, P.J. Nesbitt. Nesbitt has struck out looking, walked, and scored in this one. Gilchrist comes set, throws to first base. On deck is Guertin, who has been a star in this one. Doubled and singled home a run. Terrific defensive play at second base to rob Nick Phillips of a base hit in the 1st inning. The pitch to Nesbitt. Late swing on the fastball. He hits it over the former general manager's office here at Holman Stadium. To the right of first base. 2 strikes on P.J. Nesbitt, the left fielder for Nashua North. And trying to hold on the ball and interrupt the base runner's rhythm. Gilchrist steps off the rubber. Time is called. He's back on it. This is high. Let's get the indication from the umpire. Scoreboard not working here tonight at Holman Stadium. We see 1 and 2 is the indication. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Nashua North left fielder. Gilchrist checks the runner over his shoulder, fires. Ground ball over the pitcher's head on 2 high hops. Gloved, thrown to first, safe at first. Good try there, doing the best he could to turn that into a double play. Matt Blakeman for BG nearly made it a double play to end the inning. But the speed of Nesbitt, the leadoff batter, extends the inning as he reaches by way of the fielder's choice. So Cardinals tagged out. And 2 outs, man at first base. Look out for Nesbitt to steal the leadoff batter, and I think Gilchrist was thinking the same thing as he throws over there, trying to make it more difficult for Nesbitt to take off and steal second. Anthony Guertin takes it high. Throw to second base is in time. PJ just didn't get the best of jumps there, and even with the bounce throw by Bill Moore, Blakeman was able to apply the tag for the 3rd out of the inning. So Guertin doesn't get a chance to drive in a runner from scoring position. A good thought there by Nashua North to get that leadoff batter to second base by way of the steal, but Moore guns him down, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. So it was 3 up and 3 down in the circuitous way for North. Then they'll go out to the field and try to defend here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Put that CS there, caught stealing on Nesbitt, and flip the scorecard back over. So leading off will be Matt Carbonneau, followed by Bill Moore, and Matt Blakeman will bat 1, 2, and 3 here in the bottom of the 4th inning at Holman Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire. I have to say it's about, what, 48 degrees right now, you say, Tim? Yeah, it's dropping like a rock. Tell you, I spent some hot nights here, though. It was, there was a time where the radio station that I work for here in Nashua elected to broadcast the game solely on the internet, streaming them on the internet. And so we didn't have a lot of commercials. We used to broadcast from that booth, which is I think mostly vacant right now. It's the old press box on the 3rd base side here at Holman Stadium. And It felt to me like the F Troop Tower. I mean, it felt somewhat rickety to sit in. You had to slide underneath this really tight counter, kind of like a sushi table at a Japanese restaurant. And it was one game. It was 100 degrees. It went 17 innings. It was 5 hours long. I kid you not. And I did the whole thing solo. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm just looking for like an interesting baseball story to tell, because that was an interesting story. And my wife had this cruise planned, her work cruise down in Boston, as we look at Matt Carbonneau take a huge cut and a miss there at the 1-0 pitch. So it's 1-1. And by the time I got down to Boston, we just made it aboard, but I couldn't talk. I was so hoarse. Long drive down the right field line, long run, and a terrific play by Kevin McGowan to take at least a double away from Matt Carbonneau. And boy, he gave that a nice ride in fair territory down the right field line. And credit McGowan not only for running that down, but for fine positioning before it was struck in order to get to it. How did he do it? One up and one down on a long out down the right field line by Carbonneau. Put another star next to that for the outfield play by North. Up to the plate now is number 14. And this is Matt Blakeman, the second baseman for BG. One of two left-handed hitters that they have. The pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Blakeman hit into a 6-4-3 double play. Oh, check that. Excuse me. This is Bill Moore, the catcher. Or Blakeman. Blakeman, the second baseman. Okay, I'm a little bit off. That might have been Bill Moore with the got robbed there, the catcher. Apologize if my scoreboard's a bit off, but big swing and a miss. That might have been a case where the bat hit the catcher. Adam Lath on the backswing. I think the umpire is checking with him to see if he is okay, and he says, "I am." Catchers would say that anyway, even if they weren't. Morency fires foul straight back. So that had to be Bill Moore that was robbed there. It must have been Carbonneau that made the last out of the inning previously. And then Moore was robbed on the right field line on the near double or triple taken away by McGowan. Deep down the right field line. This is a chance to wrap around the pole. It is foul. It almost hits that vehicle that's parked out there near where the Public Works guys hover. That was at least 300 feet, maybe 315 before it came down. It just hooked foul. So a good piece there by Blakeman. Morency's pitch. Hit hard up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Got an inside out swing on an inside fastball. They sent it right back over second base for a base hit for BG. So even bigger play looks like by McGowan in right field in a 3-3 game to keep that lead batter off the bases. Else that would have been a RBI single by Blakeman. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning, a 3-3 game. BG threatening to go ahead here. 1 out and 1 on. Tony Phillips, the shortstop, batting for the second time. He walked and scored, leading off a big 3-run rally in the third inning. This has been up 2 innings in a row here, thanks to starting a rally. Looks at strike one in the outside corner from Morency. He's got a good live fastball, and he's not afraid to use it early in the count. 0-1. Morency comes set, checks the runner over his shoulder, checks again, and throws outside with a breaking ball. Gets away from Lath, and advancing without a throw will be Blakeman. So in scoring position. BG has a runner poised to go ahead here. That's Blakeman out there at second base, and the batter Phillips. Morency checks the runner twice, 3 times, trying to make him stop. 4 times. He almost wanted the timeout, looked like. Maybe a technique there to discourage stealing third with 1 out, which is a desirable thing for the offense. You want to get that runner to third if you can, with less than 2 out for the tag play. They'll got a pickoff play on there, but Morency delivered it to the plate. His shortstop was just about back of the second base bag as Phillips took a huge cut. He had the entire shortstop area of the infield to shoot for had he made contact. But Morency, with that live fastball, as you said, he able to kind of get it by him. Fouled it back off the catcher's mitt. Cody Gilchrist on deck, the pitcher for BG, has doubled in this one in his only time up. He's hankering for a chance, an RBI opportunity here. Barring a double play, he'll get it. Line drive to right field, just over the head of the left fielder Nesbitt, who came in a step and got burned. 1 run is in, thinking about a triple, but stopping at second base will be Tony Phillips, who put a charge into one, and Nesbitt misjudged just how hard that was hit, and it made its way over the left fielder's head for a double. An RBI double to give Bishop Guertin a 4-3 lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So from 3-0 down, they go up 4-3 as the Titans appeal at first base to see whether Phillips, in his haste to maybe turn that into a 3-bagger, missed first, and the base umpire says no. He says he was safe. So another RBI opportunity. Here's Cody Gilchrist, who doubled deep to right center, his only time up. Fouls the fastball back to the right. There's 1 out in the inning. It was a spectacular running catch deep down the right field line by Kevin McGowan, and since then it's been an offensive display by BG. Blakeman followed by Phillips. Here's Gilchrist. Looks at a bender in there for the 2nd strike. Fastball. Strike 3. A high heater there from Morency. Might have been out of the zone, but trying to protect with 2 strikes. Gilchrist chases, and he is a strikeout victim. He knows exactly what that feels like from the other end. Getting batters to chase his high stuff and deep in the count. So turnabout there, but BG still with an opportunity to knock that runner in from second base in the person of Ryan Fitzpatrick, who is 2 for 2 in this one. The leadoff batter in the order for BG takes a breaking ball over the outer third for strike 1. Phillips is at second base after doubling over the head of the left fielder. The pitch. Curveball misses low and outside. Ryan Fitzpatrick, slightly open stance, facing Morency, who's going away from the hard stuff here for a couple of the pitches in this at bat at least. Now that it's 2-1 in favor of the batter, you might think that the heater's coming in now. Let's see if Ryan Fitzpatrick gets that 2-1 fastball. Swings and misses through it. Throw to second base and out at second. Terrific job by Adam Lath, who caught Phillips napping rather at second base. Too much of a lead and too strong of an arm by the catcher, and it was a rather easy tag at second base. So a pickoff play ends the 4th inning. With the score, though, the go-ahead run by BG, the Cardinals 4 and the Titans 3. Morency getting some coaching from Will Henderson down there, and talking to his relief pitcher about hanging in there and perhaps blanking BG the rest of the way and allowing his offense to do their work in the 5th and 6th and 7th innings here at Holman Stadium. Cody Gilchrist, who started this game, is still throwing hard in the warm-ups. between the 4th and 5th innings here. We go to the top of the 5th. Our leadoff batter. Let's see, catch up on the scorecard as I talk. We had Ryan Fitzpatrick, and he was at the plate when the pickoff of Phillips occurred. So one run in for BG. They sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 batters to the plate in that inning, but Fitzpatrick was at the plate when the pickoff occurred, so it's really 4 hitters and 1 run in, and a double and a single. So leading it off for Nashua North will be Anthony Gadis, who's got a double and a single and a run scored and an RBI and a terrific defensive play, and his night continues here as he bats in the leadoff spot of the 5th inning. Grounded foul to the left, strike 1. A 4-3 game. BG now enjoying the lead for the first time tonight. They trailed 3-0, tied it up 3-3, got the 1 run there in the last half frame. Bottom of the 4th, pick it to the top of the 5th, trying to protect it. 1-1 is the count now to Anthony Gadis. Took a fastball low and away. Curveball straightened up the batter and dropped it right over the plate. Terrific 1-1 pitch to get the count in his favor there by Cody Gilchrist. The starter and still pitcher for Bishop Guertin has thrown well. Gets the sign. Roxanne delivers. Taken very high. It's 2-2 now to Gadis. He's been a very tough out. He's been a non-out for Gilchrist tonight. Gets his sign, works quickly. The pitch. Curveball, and it's spoiled. Good job there by Gadis, and what looked like might have been strike 3 in the outside corner had he let it go by. Pretty good command of that curveball for Gilchrist, who's been mixing all night. It's hard to guess as a batter what's coming. The pitch. Curveball spoiled again by Gadis. A tough out here to lead off things in the 5th inning. On deck is Kevin McGowan, who was intentionally walked last inning. Didn't get a chance to swing the bat with 2nd and 3rd. Gadis waiting the 2-2 pitch. Hits the fastball hard to left field. Tracking it down and making the running catch is Matt Carbonneau. Beautifully done by the left fielder. Gadis did not go down easily as he rocked that ball to left field. With his speed, he could have been on second, at least second, probably third base had that and gotten by to lead off things here in the 5th inning. So leadoff batter is erased on a line out to left field, and Kevin McGowan, who has flied out to center field deep, robbed by Spirito actually in the 1st inning, his first time up, was intentionally walked, and now batting for the 3rd time tonight takes a bender outside for ball 1. The 1-0. Ball 2. Fastball misses away. Gilchrist naturally pitching carefully to the 3rd batter in the order, but with a 1-run lead and nobody on base, doesn't want to walk him either. So McGowan should see something. What he does see is something that almost hits him in the left shoulder. He looks a little discouraged. He hasn't seen anything to hit in a couple of at-bats, but he's got to remember he represents the tying run here as he looks down to his coach. 3 balls and no strikes. As good a hitter as I'm sure Kevin McGowan is, he might be taking, forced to take in this situation. Saw Carlos Pena for the Tampa Bay Rays hit a 3-0 pitch last night off the right field wall with bases loaded. That's when you would turn your third hitter loose. But this situation, McGowan representing the tying run, trailing by a run with nobody on and 1 out. Let's see what he does here. Swings and pops it high in the air to right side. Fitzpatrick gives way to the right fielder, and making the catch is the right fielder, Ryan Fitzpatrick. So McGowan was swinging on 3-0, and he flies out. Two down in the Titans' fifth, and the batter is Joe Breen, the first baseman. Right-handed batter who awaits the delivery of Gilchrist, who has gotten a couple of very tough outs here in the persons of Anthony Cadiz and Kevin McGowan. Breen trying to keep the inning alive, takes ball 1 high and away. He's 1 for 2 with a single, is Joe tonight. Flied high to left field. Single with the bases loaded after the intentional walk to McGowan. He made BG pay a price for looking to face him over McGowan. That one missed high, so with the 2-0, quick conference as Bill Moore trots out to talk to Cody Gilchrist. A quick conference, and back behind the plate he goes. BG going with a defense of Moore behind the plate. Alex Trammell at third, Tony Phillips at short. Matt Blakeman is the second baseman. Josh Dobbins is at first base. Thought about it, did Breen, but didn't pull the trigger, and he's better for it. 3 balls and no strikes, so similar count to what McGowan just had, of course. In left field is Matt Carbonneau, Mike Spirito in center, and Ryan Fitzpatrick in right field. Taking all the way was Breen, 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck is Alec Morency, who was the third baseman until he went into pitch in relief. He's on deck if Breen should reach. Ball 4, he will reach. Good at bat there by Breen with 2 outs and his team down a run. He's on first to give a chance to Alec Morency. Another powerful right-handed batter for Nashua North with a chance to knock a run in from first with 2 outs if he can make contact. It's an easy decision for Breen to have the legs churning, because you know you can't make the base running error of running on a pop-up or a line out with 2 outs. You don't have to worry about it. So extra base hits are all that more effective with 2 outs. Will Henderson calling timeout. The third base coach and head coach of Nashua Titans had something to say to his bench, and what he wants is a runner to go in, and that's number 24 for the Titans. Matt Lipkind will come into the game to run. So Morency has a chance to knock in Lipkind here from first base, running for Joe Breen. Cody Gilchrist looks in for the sign. Gets it from Bill Moore. Delivers. Grounder, hard hit to Trammell. Off his glove and through. And it's going to be first and second. We will call that one an error. Another topspin ground ball. That's why they call it the hot corner. Even more so with aluminum bats. You get that real overspin. And if you haven't played baseball with an aluminum bat or on defense facing one, it's hard to describe just how much more life a grounder can have in that kind of situation, but they do. There's an inside-out line drive that's going to go right into the glove of Fitzpatrick, who was perfectly positioned to take a hit away from Kyle Turner. So actually, I think that was number 27, 23, Cam Duval, who came into the game and played third base when Kyle Turner came out. So Cam Duval was in the game and batting in Turner's spot. He lined the first pitch that he saw out to the right fielder for the third out of the inning. So North threatens, but they don't get the tying run. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning with the score BG 4 and Nashua North 3. Alec Morency back out for another inning in relief for the Titans. He has given up the 1 run. BG leads. He did shut down BG after he came into the game in a situation where it was 3-3 and Bishop Guertin had nobody out and a man on first base. Chance to get the tie run, the go-ahead run then, and Morency got all 3 outs in that 3rd inning, and then he came out in the 4th inning and surrendered a run. So that's the score. 4-3. BG is up and looking to add to it. Bishop Guertin coming into the game with a record of 1 win and 2 losses, and the flip side for the Titans, they came into the game with 2 wins and 1 loss. As Mike Henderson, the assistant coach for the Titans, explained to me before the game in Class L, each team plays each other 1 time. None of these 3 or 4 game series for the intra-league, intra-divisional rivals that you see in Fenway and et cetera in the majors. You get 1 chance to beat each other in the regular season in Class L. Makes it more interesting though to see everybody at least once. You don't get to really see an opposing pitcher all that many times unless you face him multiple times in a game. And I do believe this is a first look for Bishop Guertin's number 12, Ryan Fitzpatrick, at Alec Morency. Takes a strike. The pitch, he goes to bunt. It's over his head to the backstop. That had to get Ryan's attention. To think about bunting a ball off maybe the corner of the plate to decide if it's a strike or not, and almost didn't stay in the playing field. Bounces off that trampoline-like netting behind home plate, and it is a adventurous ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Fitzpatrick. Morency's pitch. Curveball wrapped inside the 3rd base line. He's got great speed, but playing very shallow and toward the line was Carbonneau to prevent Fitzpatrick from getting a double. But it is a leadoff single for the leadoff batter in the order for Bishop Guertin, and the ball gets loose and he steals second base basically. It was a live ball and it got away in the infield, and a miscue by the Titans giving the free base to BG. So the Cardinals taking advantage of some sloppiness in the infield for the Titans, gets the runner into scoring position without needing for the stolen base. So it seemed to be a situation where everybody in the ballpark would be looking for Fitzpatrick to steal, and he gets the steal a little bit earlier than anybody would have thunk. So he's on second with nobody out, so it turns into a delayed double for Fitzpatrick, who is 3 for 3 in this game with a run scored. The leadoff batter for BG, wreaking havoc. The pitch out, throw to second base, and that time no napping by the base runner. Fitzpatrick was dead even with the shortstop, Brandon Carcanis, and not in danger of getting picked. Good strong throw by Lath, coming up empty. Morency gets his sign. Mike Spirito, the batter, swing and a miss at the high heat. Might have chased one there. Spirito has popped into a 4-3 double play and single, stole a base. 1 for 2. Pitch. Inside fastball, can't get to it, and it's a strikeout for Morency. First out of the inning. One on, one out for Nick Phillips, who's hit the ball hard twice with nothing to show for it. Ground out to second, and beautiful play by Cadiz in the first inning, and also flied out to center. Phillips takes one high. Fine football player as well, Nick Phillips. DHing in this one, batting right-handed in the 3rd spot in the order. The pitch gets away momentarily and thinking about throwing it, but then Leith loses the handle, so he's not going to even try on Fitzpatrick, who's at 3rd base with 1 out. That's ideal for BG, because now If Phillips can loft one to the outfield, or of course single in any form almost, he will probably get Fitzpatrick home from third with an insurance run. 7-inning ball games in high school ball. We are in the bottom of the 5th, and BG trying to add to their 1-run lead. They're up 4-3 with the speedy Fitzpatrick at third base. Morency running into problems here in the stretch, trying to prevent the 5th run from going across the plate for Bishop Guertin. And Phillips gets an intentional walk. Heard it called out from the dugout. They wanted to put him on base. No need, as we said in high school ball, to actually go through the motions of throwing the 4 balls. They just can put them on, and they do. Intentional walk for Phillips. First and third situation for BG. Opportunity for some base running havoc, perhaps. See how Mark Dietering, the head coach of Bishop Guertin, wants to play it, as he's got his 4th hitter, Alex Trammell, is up there now, the third baseman. He jackknifes back out of the way of a ball inside, 1-0. Anthony Cadiz at second base and Brandon Carcanis are extra active here with the first and third situation and only 1 out. The speedy Fitzpatrick at third. Timeout called at the plate by Trammell. A lot of thinking going on right now on the part of the Titans defense up the middle, the catcher, the pitcher, the second and shortstop. And what do they want to do if Phillips takes off at first base? He stays put. Fastball misses inside, 2-0 in the favor, count in the favor of Trammell here, who has singled and struck out in 2 trips. Up for the 3rd time tonight. An upright stance, fairly open. Sort of looks like Longoria from the left side. Takes it low and away, and we have a hitter's count, clearly 3-0 for Trammell. As Morency struggling to find the strike zone, or maybe trying to pitch too fine here to Trammell. Delivers and misses away. Ball 4. 4-pitch walk for Trammell. Bases loaded for BG. Coming to the plate, Matt Carbonneau. Oh, we have a pinch hitter. And a pinch hitter for BG with the bases full. That is number 41, Matt Paradise, a senior, left-handed batter with a chance to really break the game open with bases loaded and 1 out. And so it's conversation time for Will Henderson and Alec Morency on the mound. Head coach also taking the time to coach his team. Third baseman Cam Duval discussing what to do if the ball is hit to him with Coach Henderson. Left-handed batting, Matt Paradise getting his first chance to hit here tonight. The tall left-handed batter digging his way in. Deep in the box and close to the plate. Morency comes set and throws. Strike called on the outside corner. Tailing fastball by Morency. Catches some paint. 0-1 is the count to Paradise. Bases full, 1 out. High, ball 1. Corey Burgess giving some instructions rather than signs here. It's really up to Paradise to drive some runs home if he can, or work the walk. 1-1, Morency's pitch. Soft curve is over. The element of surprise by Alec Morency. Very nice pitch there on 1-1. And freezes Paradise, who is now left with protecting the zone with 2 strikes. The 1-2. Strike 3 swinging. Morency with a huge strikeout there and a great mix of pitches. Tailing fastball away. He missed with a fastball high. The slow curve, key pitch of the at-bat, which set up the fastball on the inner half, maybe at the knees. A very tough at-bat for Paradise, and you almost can't fault them as well as Morency just pitched there. He bared down. Strike call, swinging on the outside corner. Would have been a strike call if he had not swung, but terrific first strike pitch again from Alec Morency, who's really benefited from that talking to by Coach Henderson. High fastball misses there. It's the same pattern, really. If he comes back here with a slow curve, it's going to be the same pattern that we saw with Paradise. He had the fastball in the outside corner, the high fastball that missed up, and now does he come back with the slow curve? No, a fastball right down the middle, so you can't guess. And maybe Adam Lath knows not to keep the same pattern. He went right back to the fastball and got the big swing and a miss there from Bill Moore, the catcher, who was robbed of a hit his last time out. Strike three call, the curveball, the outer half, and boy, when the chips were down there for Alec Morency, he bared down and got two huge strikeouts to leave that runner at third, to leave all the runners aboard. So the score remains BG 4 and Nashua North 3 as we go to the bottom, the top of the sixth inning rather. Moore caught looking on a brilliant curveball by Alec Morency to end the fifth inning. Sometimes I get so caught up in the talking, I forget to do the writing of these scorecards. So that's what I'm doing, I'm catching up. But you had Ryan Fitzpatrick lead off the inning with a single and advance to second on the error as the ball was thrown back to the infield and thrown around a bit. Really, it was like a stolen base during a live ball. And then Spirito struck out, and then the intentional walk to Phillips as Fitzpatrick made his way to third on the pass ball. First and third situation. Trammell third baseman and Carbonneau, actually it was Carbonneau and Paradise and Moore struck out to end the inning. So there you have it. Yeah, Trammell walked, and that loaded him. So it was huge strikeouts there by Morency with the bases full to bear down and get everybody swinging and looking and out of the inning, out of the jam. So it's a chance for North to tie this up. They were ahead 3-0 in the third inning, top of the third. BG answered right back with three of their own, then got the go-ahead run in the fourth inning. Had a great chance to break it open there with the bases full in the fifth, bottom of the fifth, but Morency shuts the door, and back out to the mound, Cody Gilchrist, who is threatening to go the distance, or is that number 6? Yes, that is number 6. Tony Phillips, the shortstop for Bishop Guertin, comes into the game as relief for Cody Gilchrist, who went 5 strong innings, left his team to lead at 4-3, and Tony Phillips called upon by head coach Mark Dietering to come in here and try to preserve this 1-run lead against Nashua North. The first pitch is taken for a strike right over the top. The best pitch in baseball, most coaches will tell you, strike one to Devin Blaze, the designated hitter. The right-handed batter has hit the ball hard a couple of times, has lined out to center, hit into a fielder's choice to the shortstop. Temporary break here. Phillips showed off that good arm earlier in the game at shortstop, and he's putting it to use now on the mound as he clips the outside corner with a fastball. Nicely done to get up in the count. No balls and 2 strikes against number 20, Devin Blaze, the designated hitter this evening. Phillips rocks and delivers. Strike 3 called, a slow curve or a changeup. Either way, it grabbed a big part of the plate, the outer third. That little wrinkle straightened Blaze up, and he could only watch as it curved over the outer corner. So impressive start to this relief outing by Tony Phillips, number 6, the shortstop for Bishop Guertin. 1 up, 1 down for North, and the batter is Adam Lath, the catcher. A quick conference on the mound now. Number 16 in my Titan. Actually, I have Wilson Pena down for the Titans as number 16. This may be a pinch hitter. Apologize for the stops and starts and the names and numbers. We do not have a public address announcer here at Holman Stadium. Not quite like the old days with the Nashua Pride, where we had scoreboard operators and official scorers and press publicists running around. Catered food. That's gone right now. It is a high school baseball game and a very enjoyable one right now, but pretty much Tim O'Neill and myself are on our own up here in the booth at Holman Stadium. A couple of pitches misses wide. Wilson Pena able to get up in the count 2-0, where his teammate Devin Blaze, leading off the inning, was down 0-2 to begin things. Phillips delivers. Swung on and missed. There was a fastball that was riding up and away from Pena. Maybe not the pitch he wanted to chase there. Ahead in the count, and could have been ball 3, but it's a 2-1 pitch on the way from Phillips. Whips it down and low away from the right-handed hitting Pena. Who again has the count in his favor. 3 balls and 1 strike, as you see the umpire indicating. The left hand, if you watch a baseball game, the umpire's left hand is balls, the right hand is strikes, which he also indicates right there. A strike swinging by Pena. So the count goes full. 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Nashua North looking for the equalizer. Down 4-3. Fastball misses low, goes all the way to the backstop actually. So it is ball 4 to Pena, who walks with 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. And that should bring up the shortstop, Brandon Carcanis, number 6. Quick consultation here by Will Henderson, the head coach of Nashua North. He may be going with a pinch runner for Pena. Let's see. When we look back at first base, we'll be able to check that out. But that's something that Will Henderson would have told the home plate umpire, so he could make that adjustment on his scorecard. So Carcanis with a chance here to possibly drive in a run with an extra base hit, but Phillips wants to quickly check on the base runner, make sure he's not off to the races to get himself in scoring position. 4-3, BG leads, top of the 6th inning in a 7-inning game. We'll see if Will Henderson wants any action on the bases. With 1 on and 1 out here, trailing by a run. Phillips really working it over there, nearly picks off the runner. Good job on the quick move and the hard throw. Able to get the base runner to scramble back safely. Ground ball to the left side, to third, to second for 1. He's taken out at second base, and that is going to be an interference call. They're going to award the double play on the penalty for interference at second base. And it was a situation where I believe you were looking at the Kelvin Rodriguez, the sophomore, number 29, had come into the game as a pinch runner for Wilson Pena, and he, in his exuberance or enthusiasm to take out the second baseman on the play, went in a little bit too hard for the liking of the base umpire, and therefore Matt Blakeman does not have to turn over the double play. Instead, he gets almost turned over physically by Kelvin Rodriguez. The discussion going on here between head coach Will Henderson, who believes that, from my interpretation of his body language, is he feels that his runner had a right to slide directly to the base, and that the second baseman happened to be standing right there in the sliding path. The base umpire saw it a little differently, that perhaps Rodriguez could have slid more to the right to go from station to station, from first base to second base, and perhaps Blakeman was standing in front of the bag when he was hit. And nevertheless, the umpire's ruling, of course, stands, and it is a double play without the need for a throw. Nicely started there by the third baseman. For BG. So we have a 4-3 game still as Bishop Guertin has a chance for an insurance run here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The throw goes down to second base as they throw the ball around to begin things here in the bottom of the 6th. That was Adam Lath, the catcher, firing it down. That is if it's still number 25 behind the dish. Yes, it is. Adam Lath. And to bat for Bishop Guertin. Number 14 is Matt Blakeman, the second baseman, who was just taken out on that play to draw the interference call. We'll lead things off here in the top of the 6th, and he takes a strike called over the outer corner. Both pitchers right now in the game, Tony Phillips and Alec Morency here for Nashua, doing a good job of getting ahead of the hitters. Clipping that outside corner. Now he goes to the inside, misses down and in to Blakeman. It's 1-1. Blakeman has hit into a double play and singled and scored a run in this ball game. Fouls it off to the left. Had a good cut there at a fastball over the outer third of the plate. I'm John Collins along with Tim O'Neill. You're watching Nashua's ETV. Our executive producer is Pete Johnson. Tim on the camera with me here up in the booth at Holman Stadium. A very pleasant spring evening here, a Friday evening at Holman. Our first baseball broadcast of the spring on Nashua's ETV. We have at least a couple more coming your way. Ball's fisted back over toward us, and it falls just to the left of the camera, fortunately. There you see it. That is a souvenir, though in high school a lot of times you throw it back, but sometimes I let the kids keep it. And that one just missed a very expensive camera lens. Expensive more ways than one. That would have cost us the visual for the rest of the broadcast, and you would have been stuck with my audio for the rest of the game. But fortunately, Tim, I was able to dodge that bullet and still capture it after it was defused in the rows below us. Blakeman waves at a changeup away. What a beautiful job of pitching by Alec Morency. Was too close to take, and yet the off-speed approach there with 2 strikes had Blakeman off balance, and he waves through that one, so he strikes out, hustles back to the dugout, and the batter will be Tony Phillips, the shortstop turned pitcher turned batter now. Hits it hard to left center field and deep, but it's right to the center fielder who was camped under it. Keon Jenkins puts it away rather easily, playing some solid center field. We've seen some defensive gems tonight on part of both teams here at Holman Stadium. The Titans, of course, in blue and gray. Nashua High School North, the Titans, and the Bishop Guertin Cardinals in sort of the Green Bay Packers color scheme of white, green, and gold. Bender over the outside corner for a strike. The profile of Alec Morency on the mound, maybe the attire too, the pants and the just the look emanates from the mound to me, says Eric Gagne. And I'm not sure whether Gagne was number 44. I feel like he was something close to that, high double digits, but fisted towards third base. The shortstop comes in and gobbles it up. Carcanis with a good play across the diamond to Joe Breen, and it is 3 up, 3 down. Alec Morency with his most impressive frame of the night. Makes quick work of Bishop Guertin, not able to add an insurance run, so it is 4-3 still. And BG coming back onto the field with a chance to seal up the victory here. Coming into the night, they were 1-2, a record of 1 win and 2 losses. And Nashua North was 2-1, 2 wins, 1 loss. So a win by BG here, if they can preserve the 4-3 lead, would even up the records for both teams at 2-2. Of course, Nashua North doesn't want that to happen. The coaching staff having a powwow out in front of the dugout about what to do here. They've got some talented hitters on the way to the plate. Got Nick Phillips getting ready to hit. Looks like, or excuse me, number 13 on the roster would be number 12, Anthony Gadis, one of the stars of this game, getting a chance to hit as we watch Phillips up close. His form on the mound, delivering these warm-up pitches. He's got great balance. As Alex Trammell, the third baseman, watches closely. Trammell, who started that double play last inning, Blakeman was interfered with, will flip the ball to Phillips to start things here in the top of the 7th inning. In high school ball, this could be the last inning if it doesn't end in a tie here. 4-3, BG is up. It is the task of Nashua North to get a base runner aboard. Luis Tarantino, the sophomore, will lead it off here as a pinch hitter. And he bluffs the bunt, takes a bender over the outside corner. Again, with strike one on the first pitch he throws to a batter up in the count. Tony Phillips has been extremely effective since coming in relief of Cody Gilchrist. Phillips delivers the 0-1, and it's a even slower curve this time that just misses outside. So tantalizing, so difficult to lay off. Tarantino with a good take on that pitch. Phillips rocks and delivers. Fouls off the fastball. Tarantino looked like he knew that was coming. A belt high or just above the belt fastball, just couldn't get on top of it. Nearly drove that to right center. Instead, it's a 1-2 count in favor of Phillips as he delivers. Good block behind the dish by Bill Moore. Good habit to get into even with nobody on base. Of course, you need peak concentration to block balls in the dirt. You can't be scanning your brain whether, is anybody on? Should I block it this time? Grounder toward the first base coach. Makes a nifty play and gets it right back to Phillips, who's got a good grip on this particular baseball, and he's ahead in the count still. 1-2 on Luis Tarantino, number 13. Swings and misses, a fastball down and away, perhaps a ball, but just too close to take for Tarantino. And Phillips, extremely effective with an out to begin the 7th inning. So that leadoff batter, the all-important leadoff batter, one up, one down, and here's Gadis, who's been a terrific player tonight all around. The second baseman for North takes a ball low and away. Gadis in this game has doubled and singled and scored. He's also lined out to left. The only out he made was also well hit. Curveball misses the inside part of the plate. Phillips maybe nibbling a little bit more, acknowledging Gadis's hot hand at the plate. Trying to figure out a way to get the second baseman for Nashua North out if he can. Hits it hard to right field and in there for a base hit. Gadis's great night continues. Takes a hard turn, but he'll go back to the bag. Successfully battling Tony Phillips for another base hit for Anthony Gadis. He's 3 for 4 on the night and represents the tying run if the Titans can bring him around. Kevin McGowan is the batter, the right fielder for North, the three-hitter in the lineup. That slightly open stance. Hits it hard, right at the shortstop, however. To second for one, to first, just too high as McGowan's great speed down the line may have forced the second baseman to Blakeman to rush that just a little bit. So instead of an game-ending double play, we have North still alive to try to tie this up with 2 outs and still a runner on first base. Conferences all around as the assistant coach for BG, Corey Burgess, trots out to the mound to have a talk with his relief pitcher, Tony Phillips. Bill Moore joins the conversation. And while he's out there, he checks with Matt Blakeman, his second baseman, about what they're going to do on a possible steal attempt by Anthony Cadiz from first base. During that time, down to the third base coach's box went Joe Breen, the first baseman, to have a conference with his head coach, Will Henderson, for Nashua North. The umpire making his way back behind the plate now. And we are set. It's down to the wire for the Titans, down to their last out, trailing by a run. 4-3, BG leads it. We are in the top of the 7th inning at Holman Stadium. Phillips' pitch pours it right in there. Strike one. Phillips going right after Breen in this situation. Looked like he hit the inner corner of the plate, though. Not a great pitch to hit. With no strikes on him, Breen elected to take it. Phillips from the stretch, long pause to freeze Cadiz. High pop toward the first base railing. Does he have a chance? Yes, he makes the catch. Josh Dobbins was not to be denied. A game-ending catch, and crashing into the fence, sacrificing the body there, was Dobbins to make a terrific catch. Fitting defensive gem to end what has been a defensively well-played game. Also a lot of big offensive timely hits for BG, who strung together that big rally in the 3rd inning that was the difference in this game, sending everybody to the plate and scoring the 4 runs, and going from 3-0 down to a 4-3 win. Mark Dietering, the coach of Bishop Guertin, has got to be very pleased with how his team performed tonight, as we have the good sportsmanship handshakes at home plate. I'm John Collins with cameraman Tim O'Neill. An excellent job by you, Tim. Our executive producer tonight has been Pete Johnson. You're watching Nashua's ETV broadcast from Holman Stadium of tonight's game between Bishop Guertin and Nashua High School North. The final score for the final time: the Titans fall short. BG comes from behind to win. The final score: the Cardinals 3 and the 4 and the Titans 3. BG wins it 4-3. I'm John Collins saying thank you for watching Nashua's ETV. Good night from Holman Stadium, everybody.